I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure the Mavs will pick it up at the end of the year, but right now, Damian Lillard is absolutely an all-star over Luka right now. And I'm normally not a fan of the All-Star game. You know, I think there's like no defense. No one even tries. It's kind of annoying. But last year was great in my opinion. I love the format last year. So I don't know if I'll be watching it this year, but I'll see. So the Steelers GM Kevin Colbert is excited to see what Dwayne Haskins can do in Pittsburgh. Now, this is a big slap in the face to Ben Roethlisberger right now, considering a couple of days ago, they said they weren't fully committed to him. And honestly, Haskins has talent. He has talent. His problem is maturity. He doesn't have maturity. And I think Tomlin will work well with him. See, this is why Baker needed Kevin. This is why Baker needed Kevin Stefanski. Because he needed to be matured. You know, last year he had such a terrible year that I mean he was so immature last year. Like, put on weight. He was in a lot of commercials. Probably more commercials than touchdown passes. Baker got mature this year, you know, and I think Tomlin will be a good guy to make Haskins mature, but I don't even know if Haskins is not a bust or not. So, we'll see what happens with him. Alright, so Justin Herbert says anyone should aspire to be Tom Brady, and you know, I think about Justin Herbert, he does it right. He does everything right now. I think there are very few teams that can say, oh, we got our QB for the next decade. You know, there are some great teams out there, like the Packers and Seahawks, but they can't say they have a quarterback for a decade. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, they already have his replacement for Aaron Rodgers. Russell Wilson, he's 32. I mean, I guess he could play for a decade, but how do you know he won't progress during that time? I don't think he will, but, you know, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, you know, Chargers, Bills, Chiefs, all can say, even the Ravens, with Lamar, they all can say, we got our quarterback for the future. 10 years from now, we'll still be good. That's very key in the NFL. Alright, so here's our final topic of the day. How many minutes are we in right now? Hold on, let me just pull this up real quick. Alright, 33 minutes. I'm probably going to get like a 35-minute podcast. That's pretty good. I'll take it. So, I'm going to take some stories from the offseason and tell you if I buy that, if I don't believe them, or if I'm going to hold on that, see what happens. So, Big Ben will be the starter in 2021. I'm going to buy this. I don't think he should, but, you know, he didn't do terrible last year. I mean, he definitely looked like he regressed. But 33 touchdowns, 10 picks. I think it's just time to move off. I think Big Ben's a first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't hate him. I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, but I think it's just time to move off of him right now. You know, but they were 12-4. He still has something left in the tank, I guess. But you know, I think they should move off of him. But they're going to start him, and I think it's a mistake. But it's not my decision. I mean, I can't question an organization as good as the Steelers. Like, you can't just question that. But alright, so Sam Darnold will start with the Jets. I'm going to sell this one. I think the Jets eventually trade him because Joe Douglas did not draft Sam Darnold. And typically, when you hire a new GM, he doesn't stick with the quarterback that he didn't draft. He likes to have his guy in. So I think Joe Douglas will move off of him and try to draft a guy he likes. I've heard Zach Wilson's name. Justin Fields, obviously. So, but I'm gonna sell that. They gotta know at some point that they can get more draft picks out of that trade, and I think it's a win for the Jets actually. And on top of it, Sam Darnold gets to restart, hit the reset button, and kind of work back up his career. So here's another topic. OBJ will be traded. I'm going to buy this. Baker Mayfield, when you look at the stats, is better without OBJ on the field. OBJ is a big cap hit, and he's getting injured a lot recently, so I think you have to move off him at some point. J.J. Watt will be a Packer next season. I've explained that I think it's the best because he's always liked the Packers growing up. He grew up in Wisconsin. Packers need an edge rusher. It seems perfect, but I'm gonna hold on this because this J.J. Watt situation is kind of a bidding war, and Green Bay has never liked being in bidding wars. So I'm gonna hold on that. See what Green Bay says. I'm gonna have to hear from them. So here's another topic. All right, Deshaun Watson will play for the 49ers. Hold on that one. Because they don't seem happy with Jimmy G. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. I'm gonna have to wait for more news on Jimmy G. And once I hear that, I can say if they'll take Deshaun Watson or not. So, alright, Jimmy G will return to the Pats next season. I'm going to hold on that, too. Because, like I said, we got to see what the Niners want with Jimmy G. Kyle Shanahan is 7-26 without him, so... And Jimmy G is 24-8 as a starter. I think they should keep him, but we'll see what happens. Alright, Browns will extend Baker Mayfield next year. I'm going to sell that one. I don't think they should, because the Eagles extended Wentz, and the Rams extended Goff too early, and they wound up trading them. I just don't think people like Lamar and Allen or Mayfield should be signed yet, until they definitely prove that they are your guy for the future. Until you're 100% sure. And you're not 100% sure on Mayfield yet. He had one good year. So let's just wait it out. So, Cowboys extend Dak Prescott. I'm going to buy that. First of all, they're 4-11 without him. They're in a crappy division, and if they have Dak Prescott, they're kind of guaranteed to win the division and be in the playoffs every year. And they can build up their defense a bit. That's their problem. Zeke Elliott, I don't know what he is. I don't know if he's good or not, but their receiving core is good. Dak Prescott is good. They need to switch up their defense, get some offensive linemen, and they'll be there. So they should definitely sign him. Derek Carr returns to the Raiders. This is an easy buy. I think Derek Carr, 70% completion percentage, 100 passer rating, 48 touchdowns, 17 picks the last 2 years. I think he's very undervalued. I think he's a top 10 quarterback. I think they should definitely keep him. Top 10, top 15, whatever you want to say. He's a good quarterback, and they should keep him. And finally, Cam Newton goes to the Washington football team. That's an easy sell. Cam Newton is... that's just not a good fit. Sam Darnold's a better fit than that, and I don't even know if Cam Newton is that good, to tell you the truth. So, alright. That's it. So as I was doing that segment, I just realized I actually forgot I have some MLB stuff written down here. So let's just see. Hold on, let me pull this stuff up. Alright, hold on. Alright, here we go. So, let's get some baseball music going on, actually. So, alright. So, Zach Britton said you don't get to control who your teammates are, amid Germán's return. He said, I don't think he owes anything to me. I think it's off the field stuff that he needs to take care of. Sometimes you don't get control with your teammates and that's the situation. And, I mean, what Germán did is pretty, messed up. I mean, slapping his girlfriend and all that. And he had no criminal charges filed. You know. And I mean, the Yankees have a pretty nice rotation. You know, Jordan Montgomery's pretty good. They got a pretty deep pitching staff. They need one starting receiver. I don't know if Corey Kluber is necessarily the answer there, but we'll see. But I mean, Germán, I like him on the team, but as a person, I definitely don't like him. No. I kind of agree with Britton here. But having him on the team is nice. So, alright, Garrett Cole said players concerned about a lack of competitiveness. He said we have a lot of great veterans that offer great entertainment, a quality style of baseball that continuously are being pushed out because of the surplus value on younger players is too high. The analytics are driving the game in that direction, and we want to have an open field for the clubs to be able to find talent and find surplus value. So, I mean, stars are getting their money. I mean, Mookie Betts negotiated a $365 million 12-year contract during the pandemic and helped the Dodgers win its first World Series in a while, but you know, it's ridiculous how much people are getting paid. And I mean, you know, there are a lot of people getting paid here. And Garrett Cole is saying, you know, they're concerned about lack of competitiveness here. I mean, he's pretty much right. I mean, I think the value for stars are a little too high. Some contracts I like. I mean, Fernando Tatis, I think that was a good contract on their part. And, crap, I'm almost done. I got a minute and a half to go. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this. I might have to do 2 parts here. But, I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens with those guys. I mean, there are a lot of big contracts being handed out. So, King Felix is chasing the Hall of Fame. He says, I have numbers that need to tick up. And I mean, he's 34 years old. He's been 16 years. I mean, I think he's a Hall of Famer right now. I mean, he's struck out 3,000 people. 14 of people who struck, 14 of the 14 people in the 3,000 strikeout club have made the Hall of Fame. Well, actually, that's if he passes it this year. He has 2,400 right now. But he has 169 wins. You know, he has a Cy Young Award. And 14 of the 18 pitchers in the 3,000 strikeout club have made the Hall of Fame. So, that's probably the numbers I have to take up for him. Other than that, I think he's a Hall of Famer right now. So the Tigers are interested in reuniting with Rick Porcello. I mean, he's 32 years old. He's kind of getting up there in age, too. You know, he won Cy Young like 5 years ago, but I mean he was 1-7.